A ceasefire is supposed to stop the fighting. But just hours before it began, more than 160 drones were launched. People were killed. And now both sides say they will pause for just 32 hours. So the real question is this peace, or just timing? Russia announced a temporary ceasefire for Orthodox Easter. The order came from President Vladimir Putin. It lasts from Saturday evening to Sunday night. Ukraine agreed to follow it. But President Volodymyr Zelensky made one thing very clear. If Russia attacks, Ukraine will respond immediately. That means this is not trust. This is a pause with conditions. Here's where it gets complicated. Right before the ceasefire started, Russia carried out large-scale drone attacks across Ukraine. Civilian areas were hit. Lives were lost. At the same time, Ukraine launched drones into Russian-controlled regions. Both sides were still fighting, right up to the deadline. So the timing raises a serious question. Why push attacks just before calling for a truce? This is also not the first time. Last year, both sides agreed to an Easter ceasefire. Both later accused each other of hundreds of violations. So expectations today are already low. There is one exception. Both sides exchanged 175 prisoners of war each. The deal was mediated by the United Arab Emirates. Even during active conflict, prisoner swaps continue. That shows cooperation is still possible, but only in limited areas. Now look at the bigger issue. Peace talks led by the United States have stalled. Not just because of global tensions, but because both sides want very different outcomes. Ukraine is willing to freeze the war along current front lines. Russia wants Ukraine to give up more territory, especially in Donetsk. That gap is not small. It is a fundamental disagreement. On the ground, the war is slowing down. Russia is making small gains, but at high cost. Ukraine has pushed back in some areas. But Russia still controls over 19% of Ukraine. And in regions like Donetsk, Ukraine remains under pressure. So this ceasefire tells us something important. Both sides can pause the war. But neither side is ready to end it. The deeper issue is not about timing or holidays. It is about territory, control, and long-term strategy. And until that changes, short truces may continue, but peace will stay out of reach. So here's the question. If even a 32-hour ceasefire is fragile, what would it really take to make peace last? Like, share and subscribe to 2230.